We are back, dear viewers, now with our esteemed guest this evening, Miss Almas Qammaz. She's a great lawyer, and she's back with a lot of great information, valuable information to share with you. Good evening, Miss Almas. It's really a pleasure to have you tonight with us again on Hala Kuwait.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
It's always a pleasure. So we are wondering about the great and biggest changes, and sometimes we have to get this awareness so we can reach our goals and also protect ourselves when it comes to the biggest change in corporate governance in Kuwait. Tell us more about it, please.
Okay, so basically, the corporate governance nowadays, the full integration of Ministry of Commerce and Industries digital portal, like board meetings, share transfers, and capital increases, are fully or largely managed by authenticated electronic systems that are linked to Kuwait Mobile ID. So nowadays we're in a digital world, so everything is linked to Kuwaiti Mobile ID or the Sahel app.
And what about people? You know, a lot of people, mashallah, they want to start their businesses, and including some of our viewers watching us this evening, and they're wondering about the physical office. Is it still existing or still a strict requirement for all companies? If you want to create a company, you must have or rent a physical office.
Okay, so yeah, with that, the new digital commerce law has created a path for virtual and a digital office only, digital only licenses for specific services and certain activities. So provided you are registered in the Ministry of Commerce platform, you have registered as an electronic physical office.
Yeah. And I believe we prepared for the viewers a great content this evening, so it's leading us also to ask about the top up, and specifically the 15% top up, which is also called DMTT, and we are keep hearing about it everywhere when it comes to this new development and these changes. So tell us more about it, please.
Yes, definitely. So Kuwait has implemented the OECD Pillar 2 rules. If your company is a part of a multinational group with revenues over 200 million Kuwaiti dinars, then you are subject to 15% domestic minimum tax.
And what about the great ladies in our society, especially when they have a break at work or sometimes in Zwara, and also the great men in our society, like when they have gathering in Duania or Keshta, they always have this discussion about new projects and this passion for their field of interest to make a business around it. So let's say we're sitting in Duania or in a gathering and we decided to make a business. Then we decided to make a company. How fast we can do it?
Okay, so basically with the new one-day license initiatives for specific activities, of course.
Just one day?
Yes.
Wow,
the administrative part of company formation has dropped from weeks to a little as 24 to 48 hours for standard LLCs.
And also a lot of people, as you know, Ms. Almas, when they want to create new business and they want to establish a company and they achieved it, the next thing they think about contracts.
Definitely.
And how they make deals and make contracts. So we also would like to share, and you would like to share from your behalf with our viewers this evening, the smart contracts and the idea behind it and how it's legally binding in Kuwaiti courts.
Yes, so under the electronic transaction law and the digital commerce updates, contracts executed via blockchain or even automated digital systems are admissible as evidence, okay? But provided that they meet specific requirements and security standards.
And this will lead us also to ask, like a lot of people there, especially the entrepreneurs and people who are establishing new companies, they always worry about the labor flexibility, how flexible it is with the new rules.
Okay, so you know the laws have changed extensively the past couple of months. So the residency law has reduced the NOC. The NOC is no objection certificate. It's a friction for highly skilled workers, allowing for allowing it for easier talent mobility within the private sector to encourage competition between companies.
Yeah. I believe, Ms. Almas, now it's time to go more let's say more into the field of law and more scientific to say, or more specific when it comes to the law terms. And a lot of people also worry about the board, or having concerns and want to know more ideas about the board of directors and how it can be held liable in a data breach, of the data breach.
Yes, so under the principle of management fault, a board that fails to implement CITRA compliant cybersecurity measures can be held personally liable for damages resulting from a hack. So the board of director have to, implement the CITRA regulations in their platform in order for, like, if any hacks happen in the future, they would not be personally liable.
Well, that's really great, and I believe, mashallah, well said from your behalf, and you chose also great terms and also definitions. We would like to hear from you, and we would like to ask you next about the regulatory sandbox. We'd like to know more about it. Is it helpful for any startup, for companies?
Definitely it is helpful. Basically it's supervised environment where you can test an innovative, business models, like for example fintech or AI, for about 6 to 12 months with temporary exemptions from having or full licensing requirements. So it's like it should be approved by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry first.
And also, I believe you heard that quote, translated to English now for you and our viewers. We always say, like, if we want to start a company or business, like, keep your money in the sun, under the sun, and go find an umbrella to cover yourself, or or stay under the shadow or shade. So this will lead us to ask you also one of the things or main concerns, like any entrepreneur or people who are starting new businesses. They would like, or they must be multitasking. They must manage their time. They must manage everything, the tasks that's required for their companies. And also, they must know or have at least a legal background regarding their work and how they develop their work. So how can they handle remote work legally?
Definitely. So nowadays you must include in your contract a digital work annex. Okay, so basically that specifies working hours, data privacy, and the right for the worker to use his personal devices for work. Nowadays, since the corona, when the virus happened, everyone worked remotely. So some companies took this initiative to have their workers work from home. So adding this annex, like digital work annex, in your contract will safeguard you and safeguard the employee as well.
Definitely. And I believe, Ms. Almas, we would like to take a break now with a lovable culture from our friends from France. It's a report next. It's about the French art. Let's have a look at it, then we'll be right back with our guest this evening. Stay tuned. We're back, our dear viewers, with our esteemed guest this evening, Ms. Almas Qammaz, a great lawyer, and she's back again in the second part of the interview with a lot of valuable information. And first, we'd like to start with you, Ms. Almas, about Kuwaitization of getting Kuwaitization in companies and the requirements and the terms. And also, we'd like to know, is it getting, or the time now, it's getting stricter for private companies?
Sure. So the quotas are higher now for Kuwaitization, and compliance is monitored in real time through the Sahel application. So non-compliant companies face immediate blocks on work permit renewals. So if on Sahel they find out that you don't have the Kuwaitization percentage in your company, you might be blocked unless you submit the documents to prove that you have this minimum Kuwaitis in your company.
Yeah, and other than blocking, also some people getting challenged, or companies getting challenged when it comes to specific deadlines, especially if you miss an EGM, which is Extraordinary General Meeting deadline. what happens?
Yes, so the Ministry of Commerce and Industry system now triggers automatic fines if your audited financials are not submitted or not uploaded within the time frame. Your commercial file would be red flagged, and you won't be able to operate within your file until you submit your audited documents.
It can be. And also it's leading us to ask you one of the most frequently asked questions about foreigners and how they can own companies in Kuwait, and can they own 100% of their companies as foreigners?
Certainly, under KDPA, which is Kuwait Direct Investment Promotion Authority, 100% ownership is available for projects that add value to the economy, let's say like tech, health, and even energy. But on the other hand, standard trade usually still requires a Kuwaiti partner with 51% share.
And also, other than what we mentioned about deadlines and 100% owning the company for foreigners, also we'd like to know more information from your behalf, please, regarding the UBO register.
Yes, so recently the Ministry of Commerce sent on Sahel for companies to register the UBO. The UBO is an ultimate beneficial owner. So the actual human who owns 25% of the company or more register themselves in that in the Sahel application. Hiding behind a nominee partner is now a criminal offense.
Definitely. And it's worth to mention also, Ms. Almas would like to mention to our viewers that me and Ms. Almas during the break, we're talking about the Hawiti application, and especially about digital signatures and how we apply it with our daily usage in our phones or any data that's required from other parts. So we're wondering also about the digital signatures, Hawiti, how mandatory it is for corporate documents.
So basically, while not always mandatory for internal memos, they are effective only accepted standards for government transactions and high value bank authorizations. Otherwise, يعني Hawiti, you don't use it at home while trying to just upload something. It's just for a government transaction.
And also, I believe you agree with me, Ms. Almas, about people waiting for many years back then before the technology and the new great application from our government. How, like people, they used to have disputes paid in courts, and sometimes they wait for months or can be many years, but how they resolve it, the commercial disputes, without waiting years in courts nowadays?
Definitely. So the reforms have empowered the Digital Dispute Resolution Committee and the Kuwaiti Commercial Arbitration Center. These offer specialized fast-track settlements for corporate conflicts. So it's easier and quicker to settle your dispute.
Definitely. It's always easier, and of course, following the technology nowadays and many applications, making our life easier and finishing the tasks as fast as possible. But we would like to spread awareness, let's say, for our viewers about the risk of digital lagging.
Basically, in Kuwait, I don't know that the law changed, in quotation, is no longer a defense, okay? So the Kuwaiti government now communicates primarily through the Sahel application. And if you do not have a reply within 48 hours, it means that you accepted whichever came to you within that application.
It can be like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you should always, keep track and stay in touch with your Sahel application in order for you to not miss any, document.
Any documents.
Yeah.
Ms. Almas, we're really thankful to you this evening. You brought to us a lot of great and valuable information regarding the feed of law and also the law of companies and the new law and changes and many subjects related to it. We're really thankful to you. But I believe we have, if you don't mind, please, one last advice. We can form it into a question. We'd like to ask you about the most important legal asset a company can have. We want it, please, as an advice for the viewers.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. It isn't just a good contract, basically. It is a digital compliance, So it's a dashboard. And in the modern Kuwaiti corporate life, your biggest threat isn't a lawsuit, it's an administrative block. And my final advice is that hire a compliance officer or a tech-savvy lawyer for them to, check your Sahel application or the portal every Sunday. In order for you, with the era of smart government, the fastest business wins, but the most compliant business, survives.
Well, that's really great. Thanks to you again, Ms. Almas, for being this evening with us on Hala Kuwait. We wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors, and also a great weekend in advance.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Best of luck. The viewers, we just had with us Ms. Almas Qammaz. She's a great lawyer, and she shared with us a lot about information this evening. So up next, we have a very special report to share with you. It's about the speech language. Let's have a look at it, then we'll be right back. Stay with us.